Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. The Honorable Mrs. Nikmatun Ayah as the lecturer of research methodology. In this special occasion, I'm Farha Maidina Zahra as a student of Accounting Study Program, Accounting Department Politeknik Negeri Semarang. I'm grateful for being given the opportunities to present my final project proposal with the title Analysis of the Effectiveness and Contribution of Billboard Tax Revenue to Semarang City Local Revenue from 2020 to 2024. This final project consists of 6 captures. The first capture is background, the second capture is problem definition. The third capture is research purposes. The fourth capture is research benefit. The fifth capture is literature review. And the last capture is methodology. Next, I will move into the first capture about background of the problem. Indonesia implements a decentralization system that gives authority to regions to manage government and community affairs. Regional autonomy, regulated in Law Number 21 of 2004, aims to increase regional independence, including in terms of finance through extracting regional revenue sources. Regional origin revenue is often used as an indicator of the progress of a region. Taxes are an important source of local revenue, such as billboard tax. In Semarang City, billboard tax has great potential due to the large number of shopping centers and businesses that require promotional media. However, this tax revenue is constrained by the low awareness of taxpayers, which has an impact on PAD achievements. Semarang city government needs to improve the effectiveness of billboard tax collection to ensure its contribution to local financing. Next, the second capture, problem definition. This research has 2 main problem definition. The first, how effective is the billboard tax in contributing to the regional original revenue or PAD in Semarang City during the years from 2020 to 2024? The second, what is the level of contribution of the billboard tax to the regional original revenue or PAD in Semarang City during the years 2020 to 2024? Next, the third capture is research purposes. The main purpose of this research are, first, to calculate the effectiveness level of the billboard tax in contributing to the regional origin revenue or PAD in Semarang City from 2020 to 2024. Second, to calculate the contribution level of the billboard tax to the regional origin revenue or PAD in Semarang City from 2020 to 2024. Next capture is about research benefit. The benefit of this research, such as, first, this study is expected to analyze the effectiveness as contribution levels of billboard tax revenue and evaluate the implementation of billboard tax collection concerning the regional origin revenue or PAD of Semarang City from 2020 to 2024. Second, it is expected to serve as input for relevant parties, particularly the regional taxation department, in considering policies to evaluate and enhance billboard tax revenue as one of the sources of regional origin revenue or PAD. Last, the result of the study can be beneficial in providing knowledge and information to readers, particularly accounting students, regarding the effectiveness and contribution of billboard tax to regional origin revenue or PAD. Next, capture about literature review. Literature review content of 6 material, such as definition of text, functions of text, text classification, text collection system, local text, and billboard text. Next, definition of text. Texts according to Law Number 16 of 2009, Article 1, Paragraph 1 are mandatory contribution to the state owed by individuals or entities that are compelling based on law, with no direct reciprocity and are used for state purposes for the greatest prosperity of the people. Next, function of tax. According to Martiasmo, taxes have two functions, namely, first, budget function or budgetaire. Taxes function as a source of funds for the government to finance its expenditures. Second, regulating function or regulate. Taxes function as a tool to regulate or implement government policies in the social and economic fields. Next, tax classification. Tax has three main types. First, according to their categories, there are two type of tax according their categories. First, direct tax, which is a tax that must be borne by taxpayer himself and cannot be charged or delegated to others. Second, indirect tax, which is a tax that can ultimately be charged or delegated to others. Next, taxes according to nature. According to nature, there are two types of tax. The first, subjective tax, which is a tax based on the subject in the sense of paying attention to the taxpayer personal circumstances. The second, objective tax, which is a tax based on this object without regard to the taxpayer personal circumstances. Next, according to collection agencies. There are two types of tax based on collection agencies. First is central tax, which is a tax levied by the central government and used to finance the state household. Second, local taxes, which are taxes levied by the local government and used to finance local household, consists of provincial tax and regency or city taxes. Next, tax collection system. There are three types of tax collection system according to Martiasmo, namely, first, official assessment system is a collection system that authorizes the government or tax authorities to determine the amount of tax owed by taxpayer. Second, self-assessment system is a tax collection system that gives authority trust responsibility to taxpayers to calculate, pay, and report the amount of tax to be paid themselves. Third, withholding system is a tax collection system that authorizes third parties to deduct or collect the amount of tax owed by taxpayer. Next, local tax. According to number 28 of 2009 concerning regional taxes and levies, what is meant by regional taxes is a mandatory contribution to the region owed by individuals or entities that are compelling based on law, with no direct reward and used for regional purposes for the greatest prosperity of the people. Next, billboard tax. According to Semarang City Regional Regulation Number 6, 2011 on billboard tax is a tax on the organization of billboards. A billboard is an object, device, act, or media whose form and style are designed for the commercial purpose of introducing, advocating, promoting, or to attract public attention to goods, services, persons, or entities that can be seen, read, heard, felt, and or enjoyed by the public. Next, capture about methodology. The first about data classification. Types of data by nature. According to its nature, data can be grouped into two, namely, first, quantitative data. Quantitative data is data that is in the form of numbers, can be measured, and can be analyzed statistically. Quantitative data in the preparation of this final project proposal is in the form of the 2020 to 2024 Regional Original Revenue Budget Report and the 2020 to 2024 Regional Original Revenue Realization Report. Second, qualitative data. Qualitative data can be simply be referred to as data resulting from categorization or coding, for the content of the data can be in the form of words or can be defined as numeric data but summarized. Qualitative data in the preparation of this final project proposal is in the form of an overview of government agencies, main text and function, and the organizational structure of Bapenda Semarang City. Next, types of data by source. According to its source, data can be grouped into two, namely, first, primary data. Primary data is in the form of information related to local taxes obtained by observation, documentation, and direct interviews with related parties. This final project does not use primary data. Second, secondary data. Secondary data is data that refers to information collected from existing sources. Secondary data in the preparation of this final project are the 2020 to 2024 Regional Origin Revenue Budget report and the 2020 to 2024 Regional Origin Revenue Realization report. Next, data collection methods. This research used two methods to collecting data. The first method is interview. Interviews in the final project research are interviews related to the obstacles faced by the Semarang City Regional Revenue Agency related to billboard tax. The second method is document study. Document study use is final project research is by reading regulations, reference book, and scientific journal related to billboard tax. Next, writing method. This research use two writing method. The first is description method. The description method is used to provide an overview of the object of research or the Semarang City Regional Revenue Agency. The second, exposition method. The exposition method is used to provide an explanation of the contribution of local taxes to the realization of Semarang City's local revenue from 2020 to 2024. I think that's all my presentation. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.